Hello, I'm Danny Koontz. Welcome to this episode of FM Corner. I am the Director of Relationship Management for Windy City, and our topic today is going to be how to build successful partnership. Everybody talks about partnership, but the word and then what people actually do about it sometimes aren't the same thing. Typically, as a restaurant facility manager, you're going to build partnerships or attempt to with the vendors who service your locations, whoever those are. But you can't just say we're partners. You have to work on and build. How do you do that? When you evaluate a service provider, there's tons of questions you ask them about their company and who they do business with and all those other things. And then you start doing work together. At that point in time, you want to make sure that you take out of your day time to explain to your vendor about your company. What's my company about? What's the values in which my company leads every day? And this is what we're about. And these are the things that are most important to us as a company. And we expect our partners to be part of that as well. These are the things that are important to us. We hope they're important to you as well. Have that discussion with your vendor. And then ask them what their company's about and what are the values of their company. Because you need to be a partner for them as well. What do you need? This is what we're about, and these are the things about our company. What about your company? And what's important to your company? And hopefully there's some synergy in that. Some of the very same things that your company is about are the very same things that their company is about. And that's a huge start on the road to being a good partner. The other part is you got to drive communication with your partner every day. Every day. How's it going? How we doing? Hey, this happened last week. Let's spend a few minutes talking about it and see what we could do to make it better. Hey, we had a problem inside our own operation. We didn't handle something right with one of your techs. I want you to know we're taking care of it and we're doing what we're supposed to. Constant communication. What happened? How did we address it? How did you address it? And what are we doing about it that makes us better in the future? As you learn to trust your vendors as they do work for you, one of the things that is invaluable is sit down with them and ask them questions about your operations. What do we do that's really dumb? They'll tell you. And odds are some of their ideas are really going to make good sense. There are things that you're asking to do because, well, we always have. The worst answer you can ever give. Or, I learned somewhere else this is what you should be doing. Well, maybe somewhere else that was an application that made sense. Maybe in the particular company you're in now, it doesn't make as much sense. But ask them, what do we do? What are we not doing we should be doing? They'll give you good answers. And you can take that information and maybe make some changes, which actually makes your role in your company or your department or whatever it is function better. And that's due to information you got. You're not going to get that information from them until you have developed the trust factor between you. You can't ask them 30 days in, what do you think? Because they're not going to give it to you because they're still new and they're still trying to earn your business. This has to be done after you build up a relationship and a partnership. Always tell your vendors, what are my keys? Keys are different than what my company's about. These are mine. These are my keys. What are they? And tell them what they are. Spell them out. Maybe you only got 2 keys. That's okay too. But tell them what it is and how important it is to you and why. And tell them what the result is of not following those keys so they clearly know. Mine, I want to be the first person that knows when something bad happens. I don't care if it's 4 a.m. in the morning. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I need to be the first person that knows. And not because I'm the do-all. That's not the reason. The reason I want to be the first person to know is there's a major difference when a restaurant manager or operator calls you and says, do you know about this? Yes, I do. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but I know about it. I was made aware 20 minutes ago, and I'm already working on it. Okay, great. As opposed to the answer of, what are you talking about? What do you mean? When? Where? And the operations goes, why am I answering all these questions and telling you? Shouldn't you have known this before me? Yes, I should. So that was my very first key. Another one was I wanted to know about billing. If you're past due as a vendor, I want to be the person to know. Let me know. Give me an opportunity to get it fixed because I won't know about it. But I want to be the person that hears it from you that there's a problem and let me see what I can do to go get it done. So I had 3. And all of which said, these are non-negotiables. If you don't do this, we may not do the amount of volume or do volume at all that we've done in the past. That's how serious I am about these 3 things. There's only 3, but they matter. And by the same token, with a great relationship for the vendor, what's your key? You have a key? You have a couple of them? What do you need? What makes you walk away from a customer? What is it? I need to know so that hopefully I can perform. So you communicate, you talk, you evaluate every day where you are in the business and what takes me to the next step. Single most important thing you must have with your vendors, trust. Trust. If you ever hear someone say, I don't trust my vendors, then you need to get new vendors, period. It's about trust. You got to build it. You got to earn it. And for your partner on the other side, they need to know and they need to clearly understand that if a situation happens and they're right, you're going to go to bat for them. Inside your own company. Hardest single thing to do as a facility manager. Much easier just to say, let's fire them and get a new one. I can get a new one tomorrow. And it is. It's easy. But people know. If they're right and they did the right thing, you've got to defend them because they have no one else inside the company to defend them. And that has to be your job because you believe and you have trust with them. Got to help them. You got to give them everything they need. You got to provide all the information, all the things that you possibly can do for them. And then you got to communicate every day and you got to address any issue that happens when it happens. Don't save it for a 6-month review or any of that. Get on top of it right then. Call them, email them, whatever you need to do. Talk about it, have a meeting, do anything you need to. Get that issue resolved when it first happens. Don't let it drag out. Build a partnership. Give them what they need. They'll give you what you need. That's my episode for today. Thank you all very much for listening. Look forward to seeing you again on the next installment of FM Manager. I'm Danny Koontz. Thank you.